Hello everybody and welcome once again to Inside the Headset. Here we are, week 8, game 8, just back off the fall break of 2011. And I'm here with the head coach, Philip Shadowens. Coach, you pick it up. We played Smyrna, got you the tape, and then from there you went into your fall break and your normal standard operating procedures. Talk a little bit about it.
Had a great way to go into fall break, obviously with a big win down at Smyrna in overtime. I thought our kids played exceptionally hard. I thought their kids did too, and neither one of us probably played exactly how we wanted to. Both of us made quite a few mistakes, but our kids battled and found a way to win. I was mighty proud of them. Because of that, it put us in a good mindset going into fall break, being 6-1 and knowing that you've already won 6 ball games and beat a big rival, and so it was a great way to go into fall break. And I think we needed it. We played just one tough game after another, a bunch of physical games in a row, and we were beat up pretty good. And there was a lot of shoulders and thighs and hips and all those things that you get after playing such a tough schedule. And so our fall break came at a perfect time for us, and we gave the kids some time off over the weekend, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we came back to work last Thursday and worked Thursday and Friday, enjoyed the rest of the weekend, and came back on Monday. So it's been it was a great break. And I thought our kids come back rejuvenated for sure. I was mighty proud of how they came back and how they worked on Thursday and Friday of fall break. And then this week, it was obviously a short week because we play on Thursday night, tomorrow night. So, but we've had a wonderful week of preparation for Riverdale, and our kids will be ready to go.
Just looking back, like you said, some of the things that you said about the Smyrna game, what were some of the things that you have liked to have done better?
Well, we turned the ball over some. We didn't want to do that. And then at times we didn't get off the field defensively like we thought we should have. We gave up some plays and some coverages and different things, and so we certainly didn't do some things there that we wanted to do on the defensive side in the first half especially. In the second half, I thought our defense really kept us in the ball game because we turned the ball over. Offensively stopped ourselves a few times. Our defense, until the last drive they had to tie the game, had given up 37 yards in the whole entire second half until Smyrna got the ball with 2 minutes left or whatever. And so I thought our defense really kept us in the game at that point, and kept them out of the end zone, kept it within 1 score for us, and we were able to drive down the score with 2.5 minutes. And then we gave up a drive to them, which we shouldn't have. The only drive we gave up in the second half, and allowed them to come down and kick a field goal to tie the game to put it into overtime. So I thought we should have got off the field better defensively. Offensively, we just didn't execute in the second half like we should. Missed a field goal. I had 2 picks, one that led to them to get the ball on the 15-yard line, and we didn't do things that we've been doing all year long, and that was frustrating. But our kids kept playing, which I thought was the key. We didn't give in. We just kept playing the game and found a way to make some plays, get down the field, score a touchdown to take the lead, and put ourselves in better position.
Well, that puts you at 6-1. Mm-hmm. Now we're moving into the next game, which you vaguely talked about a while ago, and let's just jump right into it. The backyard brawl, television, just like you said, everything going on, and now tomorrow night we'll go in and we'll face a very good Riverdale Warrior football team. Talk a little bit about the Warriors. What do they like to do?
Offensively, they're a wing tee, but it's a little bit different than he's done at times in the past. I mean, he's still going to be all this wing tee stuff, but he's spread, 4 wide sometimes. He's got a quarterback that can run and throw, and I think he's a very, very good player. One of the best quarterbacks in Middle Tennessee. I think that kid's a good player. Lots of weapons to go with it. Everybody talks about Davenport at fullback, and he's a good player. But you also have, the Odom kids at slot or tailback, whatever you want to call it. You have receivers that can play. You have a solid offensive line. So, he's got weapons everywhere on offense, and he tries to use them all. They've scored a ton of points this year against a lot of good people. So, that'll be a challenge for our defense, but I certainly think our defense is prepared. You're not going to completely shut them down, but you got to slow them down. You can't give up, many big plays to them because they do have big play capability, and I think you have to make them earn their way down the field, and either hopefully you'll make a big play or they'll make a bad play, and if you make them earn their way down the field. And I thought last year we didn't do that. We gave up a lot of big plays last year to them. So certainly we focused on that this year, but also understanding that they are going to hit some plays. You just don't want them to be big explosion plays.
Right.
You want to keep those, the plays they hit, you want it to be 12, 14-yard gains, 8-yard gains, all those kind of things. You don't want it to be 58 yards. And if you can limit their explosion plays, then I think we have a great chance to win a football game.
And you talk so many times. I mean, not so much in the media, but it's so much in the without a camera on you. But I hear you talk so much about that one big play. Well, I talked to Tom Krager, our prognosticator and stat guru for the prep editor, and he gave me some figures. I just asked him, how many points does Riverdale normally score? And he said 36. And I said, well, how many does Blackman score? He said, normally 35. I said, that's pretty good. Okay, how many points does Riverdale usually allow? He said 15. I said, well, what is the Blaze allowing? 22. So that big play you talk about, even on average, just that one little move of just one or two big plays can make or meet the game. It's so true. Even it's right there on paper today, but it'll even be bigger tomorrow night.
Well, sure. I mean, a lot of times it comes down. Every game comes down. Every close game comes down to 4 or 5 big plays throughout the game. You never know when those 4 or 5 are going to come. That's why you play hard every single play. To make sure whenever it does come that you're the one making the play, not the other team. So it'll come down tomorrow night to a turnover, a penalty, a big catch, or a big run, or somebody making a great block or a great defensive play. I mean, it'll come down to those kind of plays. It always does, and it will tomorrow night. I think it's 2 very good football teams. I think Ron does a great job with his team, and he does a great job coaching his team, and I know our kids will be prepared. I know our staff has worked hard to prepare our guys this week. So I think it'll be 2 well-prepared football teams, and a bunch of kids that are excited about playing football on both sides. And it'll be a special night for both teams to get the opportunity to play in that kind of game, and it should be fun.
Well, and that's what it is. That's what I was getting to. It's a 16, 17, 18-year or whatever it may be making that play, or it may be making that mistake, but that mistake may be something that you make that could affect your rest. It could be something you learn and you go on with your life. Shifting into another gear, let's talk about penalties. I do know one thing that's one thing Riverdale does do. They tend to have a lot of penalties when they're out there and stuff. How do we control our emotions? Because I know we can't control what they do, but we sure can control what we do. And as far as penalties or emotions and stuff, and keeping everybody geared down, because in the past I've always seen there's always a 15-yarder here and there, usually unsportsman or anything, and some mouthing gets going. How do you as a coach generally try to handle that? Talk to the squad for that.
Well, I don't spend a lot of time talking about that kind of stuff. We just expect our kids to play between the whistles. That's the message we give our kids. That all our talking is done between the whistles, and when the whistle blows, you quit playing. I mean, you stop the play, and we've been pretty fortunate this year not to have those kind of mistakes.
I noticed, yeah.
We don't generally do a lot of that, but sometimes in an emotional game, sometimes something happens, and if it does, you correct it and go in and go on. I don't spend a lot of time trying to curtail our excitement for playing the game.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to do that. This is an exciting time for these kids. It's an exciting game. It's an exciting rivalry, and senior night and on TV makes it even more exciting for them. So I want them to enjoy it. I'm not going to try to do anything to curtail their emotions. And go play. Go have fun. Put a smile on your face. As I told our kids today, go put a smile on your face. Go play at 7 o'clock and have fun and relax. I mean, it's fun. And that's what I want our kids to understand. I want our kids to be able to take this kind of moment that everybody thinks is a pressure moment.
It's not.
And enjoy it, because I think we can overanalyze things, and I think a lot of people do that. And have you got your kids focused, and you got them this way? Well, I mean, our kids are going to be kids. I mean, at 7:06, they'll be focused on what they're supposed to be focused on, and they'll be emotional about it. They'll be ready to play, and I don't have any doubt about all that kind of stuff. But I want our kids to enjoy it. I want our kids to have
good
fun.
Pressure. It should be good pressure.
I mean, and even with life, I mean, if football truly teaches about life, which I think it does more than anything I've ever been a part of.
Absolutely.
Then I think you have to learn how to handle that and smile. You got to smile when pressure's on. You got to smile about it. If you get so caught up every time there's pressure in your life, then you're going to have a miserable life. I mean, we have to be able to take those moments that a lot of people think are pressure-packed moments and smile about it and have fun with it.
Absolutely.
And the people who do that the best end up being successful in life and business or whatever it is they're in. And the people who don't handle that away end up having ulcers and all kinds of issues to go along with it. You have to take the pressure, smile about it, have fun with it, and not overthink it. I mean, that's what we're going to try to get our kids to do, and we're going to I'll be smiling all day long, and and I'm excited about tomorrow night. I know the kids are. I am. I've been doing this a long time, but I'm excited about tomorrow night. I think it's fun.
Oh God, it's fun.
And it's what high school football is all about. And our kids will at 7:06, we'll have a big old smile on our face because we found somebody gets to run down the field and hit somebody else, and that's going to be fun.
Well, I think that's good enough, and they'll be coming over. Everybody needs to get in here early. Normally we play Rutherford County at 7:30. I think you guys and folks and gals need to stack it in here early. I'd suggest you get here about 5 o'clock. Let's do it. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here at the Inferno. Riverdale Warriors are going to do about 8 turns and come right over here for the backyard brawl against the Blackman Blaze. We'll see you there.